Everybody, it's Psychic Hunter David. Well, I just wanted to give you guys an update. So remember, on Friday I'm going to have up just a general. I'm only going to be doing a general week ahead, and it'll just include all signs. It'll be just about what everybody's going to go through. Then as we get toward the end of the month, I will just do a general monthly for the month of March, and that will go up on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook now. Anyway, this is a really interesting week. I'm not shocked, God bless him, about King Charles III. I have my own philosophy psychically on what's going on. Remember something? Well, I'll tell you, my adopted mother died of cancer when we were young. My birth father died of cancer. And many other people around my own life have succumbed to cancer. Two of my mother's brothers, my adopted mom's brothers, died of it. And, witnessing my mother and witnessing my father both go through cancer, stress is a huge player with cancer. So is alcohol, because alcohol, of course, lowers your immunity. And now they're realizing, with the aspect of immunotherapies and all these fantastic drugs that they're manufacturing. And again, a lot of this has a lot to do, too, with Pluto's very last degrees of Capricorn moving into Aquarius. This is going to be a 20-year period where we're going to see advancements. There's going to be difficulties as well in regards to political, social, but you'll see advancements that are going to be quite dynamic. The thing that I'm worried about with Charles is that I really believe that this is a bladder tumor, that they found that it is a bladder tumor. I said that to close friends. Close friends of mine know I've talked about it. I've talked about it for many months since his coronation. I said he'll be a short-term king. I really think, in all honesty, though, this could really be, if any of you have noticed, parents, like my adopted dad lived till he was 90, and he hit his late 70s, and he'd gone through a lot of stress over my mother, my brother and I, and many things, and he started to fail really quickly, late 70s. He lived, another 12 years, but it really was tough. I will say that I'm worried about Charles, and he may very well opt to give William a regency, create a regency around William, maybe even assisting William, his sister, Princess Anne, and of course his other brother, Prince Edward. We'll see what takes place, but there's going to be a lot go on. The basis of what I looked at when I looked at his health was also a young Earth-sign man. Well, we all know who that is. In regards to Prince Harry and its stress, and I don't believe it's Meghan, I think it's Harry, because Harry has a voice. So I think in life, we all can, do the blame game, but, the aspect of stress is there. We all make choices. I've heard a few people go on about the past, and I said, listen, many people divorce, many people, things don't work. I've read these cards 34 years. I'm not a fool. I watch the human animal, and I hear people go on, and they go on about they're not needed as royalty. Then stop trying to attain the Mercedes and all the millions, because you're just trying to create everything that World War I created a demise with and a collapse with the aristocracies has been just recreated again with entitlement. So we have to understand that Pluto through Aquarius is going to send an absolute missile through the external structures of that percentage of elite. It is going to happen. Know your history. Take a look at between 1777 and 1798. Pay attention to what concurred. It's been more or less isolated to the collapse of the French aristocracy and then the rise of a sergeant, with Napoleon then becoming emperor. But it was happening all across the continent of Europe. It wasn't just there. Britain, the king in Britain was shaking in his pants because he was terrified of what could happen after the Cromwell years prior, 100 and so many years. So, we're in a very big transformation. One of the things that's quite fascinating, why I'm getting into all of this, is the fact that we are approaching this new moon in Aquarius. Now, the new moon in Aquarius can actually be quite dynamic because there's some really great energy attached to this. We have, a few things going on. We have the aspect of the new moon in Aquarius. Of course, we have Pluto part of this mix. We have Mercury here now in Aquarius. We still have Mars and Venus in Capricorn, but that could be a blessing in disguise because both of which are making their way into Aquarius, and we're going to have a real intensity in regards to, wow, this is the start, the real push of Pluto in Aquarius. So everybody has to just really pay attention to what's going on. As I've said for you Aquarians, you're going to hear some astrology say, wow, how fabulous. I have to tell you from experience, being born right at the beginning of Capricorn, I would just sort of say, don't take things for granted, Aquarians, especially if you're born in January, and really pay attention to the choices that are ahead of you and not be impulsive. Don't get caught up with romanticism. Try to look at things really calmly. And my grandmother, an old Scotswoman who was February the 6th, she was an Aquarian, she said, the only thing in life you're rushing to is your death. And there is truth to that in every facet of our experience. So it's being able to be strong within our convictions, paying attention to what we're doing, but also being able to stand for what is real truth. Truth and integrity are a huge facet of the human animal within our political, our financial, our interactive and social cultures that exists right across the board. So when you have integrity, gumption, tenacity, you'll reign supreme in regards to your own experience. It's not about comparisons. It's about self. So be strong in your convictions. Stand up for yourself. You see something that's wrong, you make sure that you either get an authority involved or you yourself make sure that you're taking note. You don't necessarily put yourself in harm's way in life, especially during this climate. It's far too difficult. Far too difficult also with Mars and Capricorn. Not the period to get into an altercation with somebody socially, by the way. But anyway, I'm working. Remember, the special is on only until February the 14th. That is the full consultation, which is on for $101.70. Internationally, it's still $100 across the board. That is for the full hour, and that is payable through PayPal on my website. The information will be typed below. And the shorter reading, which is only on the phone, folks, not in person, is $67.80, and that's usually normally $79.10. So it's a good deal. And as I said, I'm booking. I still have availabilities this week. And remember, it only goes to the 14th of February. Life goes by very quickly. But anyway, get out there and enjoy this weather. You heard it here first. I hope everybody has a great day. But just pay attention to the dynamics. Just pay attention. You know, listen, there's conflict everywhere. Groceries are going to go up. That's life. None of these things really concern me because half the time we're buying stuff that goes into the garbage. So maybe it's going to get most of us to stop and say, we're not wasting. Most of our grandparents didn't waste. They were actually quite organized in regards to what they did and did not need or use. Or they shared or gave it away. But anyway, other than that, I'm around. So I wish you guys all the best. Keep well. Cheers.